Good morning, good morning, good morning. Less than a minute, and we get this puppy on the road.
Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun, the Daily Dish. My name is Ron E. Bradley. Hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day as of the live stream and recording of this, today's date is the 19th day of November as we move towards Thanksgiving. The year is 2024. And if you haven't done so yet, please click that like button and let's get this out to as many people as we possibly can. Also, be sure and share this out on your social medias. If you have X, some people still call it Twitter, even though that's not the name of it anymore. If you still have X, use that. If you have Threads, which I refuse to use, but if you have it, you can share this on Threads. Share this out on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and whatever social media platform you want to share it out on. Share it away. We got to get all these people up. Hey, what's up, Lorena? Good morning. Good to see you in the chat. With Lorena, I have a long day today because we start here and I don't end until tonight with Lorena. Lovely day. It's freezing here. Where, St. Louis? Is that where you are? Listening in the car. Where are you off to this morning? Hopefully. Wait, what are you doing typing if you're listening in the car? Don't be like texting and driving. That's not good, Lorena. But anyway, so I'll be on the WDW Pro show a little bit later. Good morning, OCDD93. Good to see you here in the chat. Let's say hi to everybody, as a matter of fact. By the way, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and click the like button. If you haven't yet, please consider, it's totally free, subscribe to the channel and click that notifications bell. When you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun, which, could be here. I'm glad you're here, Tom, because you are going to be featured today, Tom F. You might be late, but you're going to be featured today. That was Pam that said that, not oh gosh, I thought that was Rhonda that said that. No, you're 70 and sunny in St. Louis. So okay, so Jeremy and Rhonda are in St. Louis area, and Pam is in the UK, and it is -1 degree. I'm assuming, is that centigrade or Fahrenheit? If you really want to mess somebody up, you say, is that centigrade or is that Celsius? it's the same thing. Yes, check out Lorena Creole for all things Florida YouTube at Lorena Creole. Yes, indeed. Lorena's channel is amazing, and I am been so happy to meet her and work with her, and she's an amazing person, and she's got all the awesomeness there. So let's say hi to everybody that has showed up in the chat. I'm gonna go back a little bit, but we're gonna say hi. We're gonna start off with Rhonda H. Good morning, Rhonda H. Jeremy says hello. Pam says from the UK, I believe, hi Ron and all. And Go and Shogi is here. Go and Shogi, I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. We've been praying for you, keeping you in our prayers. I know you weren't feeling that well yesterday. Juliet says good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys and chat. So Juliet is here. Jeremy gives a scream for when I screamed in the intro, and cool for the cool in the intro. And then, of course, there was Lorena and Pam, and listening in the car, Lorena, and OCDD93 says, good morning. Tom said he's late. That's okay. We're going to put you on in just a second, Tom. And Pam's in the UK, and Jeremy's in St. Louis, and the different one to your temperature scale. So that would be centigrade, Celsius. So that would be around, well, -1 would be around 31 degrees. Equus Heart says, oh, no, I'm late. You're not late. We're hardly even getting started, Equus Heart. You are perfectly fine. We do have this scheduled to stream. Now, here's the deal. Tuesdays are the busy schedule, guys. So Tuesdays, we have the Daily Dish, followed by Culture Casino, right? And then Culture Casino follows up right into That Park Place. Then that's live. Then that flows right into WDW Pro, which I think goes right into T3PO. Eventually, at the end of the night, I'll be on with Lorena for the Spice Lounge, I do believe. So, yes, indeed. Feeling much better. That is good to know. Guys, I love to celebrate all you. Dan's Life of the Kingdom is here. Good morning, everyone. And I have introduced a brand new celebration to the channel. So if you weren't here yesterday, you get to see it for the first time. And if you were here, you're going to see it for the second time. But the way we like to get up, I mean, we like it. It's early in the morning, right? So early in the morning, we got to get ourselves going. We got to get the energy up. We got to all those wonderful things. So we like to celebrate with a way to get moving. And what is the celebration? Well, the celebration is celebrating all of you, because you are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out a bed in the morning. So without you, I don't even know if I'd get up at all. But I love to celebrate all of you. So anytime there's super stickers, super chats, super thanks, memberships, somebody becomes a member, memberships are gifted, dropped, or any of those kinds of things. Also, PayPal's Buy Me Coffees. I've got all the settings on for those, so I should be able to see them too. So we celebrate all of that. How do we celebrate it? We celebrate it with our celebration dance videos, compilations. A new one that my wife came in to work on is the Disney princesses. But for right now, we got some Marvel, we got some Star Wars, we got some Disney in there. All of these clips are from back when they were still. Actually, we got some fun stuff. I got some Friends, and I got some Seinfeld in here. So this goes back a little ways too. And that's okay, because you know what? Right now, we are ready, and we are going to show you the newest version of the celebration video. You guys ready? Let's celebrate. And Go and Shogi, of course, even gave us something to celebrate right there, which is those 5 gifted memberships from Go and Shogi. So if you are one of the following 5 people, thank Go and Shogi for your new membership on the channel. That is Pam Emson, the Theme Parks Assemble. You're now a channel member fan. Phantom Repet. I like that name, Phantom Repet. Paul Peters and Dawn Ray B. all gifted memberships on the channel. Welcome to brand new membership in Follow the Bradleys Fun. And it's a good time for that because right now YouTube has an incentive for us as creators to create more members only videos. So I will be doing that. I will be creating, so if you just became a member, please look out for pop-up members only live streams, because a lot of times if I'm live streaming for members only, it's a pop-up. It's like I just decide to do it wherever I am on the spur of the moment. I could be in my house cleaning or in the kitchen making something. I could be walking through my neighborhood. I could be in a park, but it's a pop-up live. So look at that. Look for those because I know that some of you know. Some of you have been in on those, and those are great little conversations. Oh, my beautiful wife is here, Virginia Bradley, Magical Adventures. This is the channel, by the way, that might end up morphing into Follow the Bradleys Fun. We might move the more fun stuff over there and keep this as the more news type-esque channel. But yes, here we are. So good morning, my beautiful wives is awake. We have so many things going on right now, and she's really doing just so much with the channels, and she's doing a ton of work behind the scenes to help out. So everybody give a great deal of thanks to my beautiful wife, who is helping out in, honestly, in so many ways that it's like, how do you thank her for everything? I'm like, okay, baby, I promise you a trip to Paris is coming, but we got to elevate these channels to over 100,000 subscribers to get that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We got positive thinking, right? Positive thinking. We're going to go to Paris. We might have a way to get at least lesser expensive flights over there. So I might be able to call in a few favors. We'll see. Everybody's saying hi to my beautiful wife there in the chat. I want to share something if I can to start off the day with, and I have to find it. Hopefully I will be able to find this. Whoa, that's big. Here. I'm working on it. Hope you guys can still not like frozen like I was yesterday. It seems like we have a better signal, better connection, everything than yesterday. My only problem right now is my picture is way bigger than I expected it to be here, but I found what I was looking for. And so in a second, we're going to put that on the screen. I got to load it in. We got to load it in. And it's a message from one of our favorite pirate friends here. All right, let's see if I can put this on the screen for you all. Here we go. All right. Share the screen. This time we want to share this and this and this. Okay. Tom, are you ready to be exposed for the pirate that you are, sir? Because we're adding you in. There's our friend Tom F with a Halloween message for me. It's a little bit late, but man. So we're going to talk about that, Dan. We're going to talk about what is crowded and what's not crowded, and why people think that Disney is crowded when it's not crowded, which sounds weird, but you'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. But first of all, let's play this wonderful message from Mr. Tom F. the Pirate.
Arg, Follow Bradley's Fun. I heard you're in the parks for Halloween, and I think you're going to head to the Pirate Caverns. You better look for me, Ron.
Isn't that great?
Falling gladly is fun.
Starting to watch it again.
I heard you're in the parks for Halloween, and I think you're going to head to the pirate caverns. You better look for me, Ron.
I'll be looking for you. I will be looking for you. We're gonna need that. So there's our friend. If you guys wanted to know what Tom F. the pirate looks like, arg, there he is, arg, arg, arg. And we're gonna get to several stories today because it's a busy day. There's so much going on. We're skipping more Rachel Zegler for today, so I hope you guys don't mind. I'm sure you don't mind. I know you don't mind. I know you don't mind. Anyway, but yeah, no. I think that with Tom F. As the pirate, we don't need anything quite. I mean, yes, Rachel Zegler might be scarier than than him, but that's okay. But we're going to get to a couple different stories here, and one of the ones that I want to get to is we are going to talk about the results of the 2024 United States presidential election, not the results, but we are going to talk about instead, obviously, this is not a political channel. This story, it only has to do with politics in the sense that it's how the politics affect the Magic Kingdom and the parks in Walt Disney World. So that's what we're talking about with this story. So let's bring it up here on the screen. What could happen to Walt Disney World's Hall of Presidents after Donald Trump's win? How Disney works politicians into show. And it's kind of a funny story because everybody's commenting on this story, what's going to happen, all this speculation. And it's funny to me because I kind of know what's going to happen because it's going to be kind of what always happens. Which video? The Tom F video? Everybody gets their commercials at different times, no matter, like, it's not like, it's really weird. It has to do with your settings when you're watching YouTube, when you get your commercials. I don't know what this video is about on here. This is Entertainment Weekly. Okay, this is out of Entertainment Weekly, and this is by Joey Nolfi. And there's some kind of, I don't know, weird, the video playing has nothing to do with the story whatsoever. I think it's an ad video. Anyway, here's the story. What could happen to Disney World's Hall of Presidents after Donald Trump's win? How Disney works politicians in the show. Trump already has an audio animatronic figure inside the Magic Kingdom attraction, while one ex-Imagineer speculated that Disney has a decision to make about the show's future. And this is by Joey Nolfi. And actually, I don't think Disney has any decision to make about the Hall of Presidents' future. And I'll give you my whole take on that in just a minute. Go and Shogi's about. Basically, yeah. This is. I'm going to talk about this because this is pretty much going to be my take as well. But we'll go there in just a moment. Okay. So yeah, let's look at this story real quick. As evidenced by Hollywood's reaction to the 2024 presidential election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, politics are now more than ever a bitter, divisive affair across the social spectrum. See, that is one of the things that what I don't like. So here's what media does. Media talks about how divisive politics is, and therefore media, who literally isn't responding to anything, but they are actually creating a narrative. They're creating this narrative that politics is far more divisive than I think it actually is, to be honest with you. I think that, yes, among some really, really, really far left liberal type of people that I see out there, they're the ones who, I think they want it to be divisive, because if it's divisive, they have a grounds to stand on that maybe they're right because they have a side. But honestly, you don't see it in you go into, people don't get into like fights everywhere at the grocery stores or in the parks or anything like that. It's just, people are people. We don't most people don't operate their lives around politics. Most people don't care. So the media really tries as hard as they can to make it as divisive as possible. I don't think it really is that much. Still, amid the clashes and chatter on either end of the bisect, the mirth that inspired the legendary Walt Disney's original decades-old vision for a theme park attraction bridging gaps between entertainment and education still endures with magical flair inside Disney World's storied Hall of Presidents. And that is true. It does have magical flair. But how does the 53-year-old historical show's enduringly optimistic presentation about the United States, its democracy, and its future, as told by audio animatronic recreations of presidents both dead and alive, achieve its monumental spectacle, even though the country around it feels like a fractured whole amid an alarming political rift? Again, more than likely, the person writing this for Entertainment Weekly, it's very, very likely, it's only my speculation, to be honest with, but it's very likely that the person is a far leftist, and therefore they want there to be a political rift that doesn't necessarily particularly exist. All right. So below, Entertainment Weekly outlines a brief history of the Florida resort's exclusive attraction, how its soul might be impacted as the nation transitions into a second-term Trump presidency. And you see a couple of the audio animatronic figures. And by the way, the Trump figure was not great when it first came out. I think they've worked on it quite a bit, and even though it's currently behind, it's in the back row, but it's toward the center in the back row, and that Trump figure, I've seen it in person. I can tell you from my own eyes, it's better looking than it used to be. So I think they've touched it up a bit. The Barack Obama figure actually is not that particularly good. There's a lot of the figures that aren't great. The Reagan figure could be much better. The Nixon figure looks pretty much like Nixon. So gosh. But anyway, this is Walt Disney's vision for a political educational fantasy. I don't like the word fantasy because this is not about fantasy. It is about, if you go to the Hall of Presidents, it's very patriotic and it's what this nation stands for. And it's the whole idea of what a president meant at the time that this nation was created versus a king, and how we want to continue to go forward, having only a person, male or female, that presides and is not a dictator, is not a king, is not any of those types of things. And so that's what the presentation is about. To understand where the beloved attraction might be headed under Trump's second and for only the second time in American history, non-consecutive term, it's important to look into his past. The show guest experience at Magic Kingdom today is a much grander version of the original iteration, though Walt's affinity for presidential affairs still has humble roots in his childhood, as he even once attended school dressed as Abraham Lincoln, according to Disney Plus docuseries Behind the Attraction. Later, amid the booming success of Disneyland in Anaheim, California throughout the 1950s and 60s, he and his brother Roy Disney, who often served as the grounding, business-oriented executor of his siblings' broad visionary ideas, devised a new attraction to serve as both an educational and entertaining experience for all ages. Inspired by a live show about American presidents at the 1944 World's Fair in Chicago, Walt tapped into deep interest in historical happenings while where am I at? Walt tapped into deep interest in historical happenings while Roy instead focused on their pocketbooks, which at the time couldn't support the $4.4 million in development costs required to satisfy Walt's desire to create a show at Disneyland that would unite lifelike mechanized versions of former U.S. Leaders in one place at a new themed area called Liberty Street. Though the Liberty Street project was shelved for being far too expensive to build, Walt employed a small number of designers to work on evolving the park's audio animatronic technology. The endeavor was all leading up to the 1964-65 World's Fair in New York City, where the Illinois government partnered with Disney to fund the rollout of a lone audio animatronic figure in the State's Pavilion at the expo. The resulting attraction was a live show called Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, an adaptation of which still operates to this day on Main Street at Disneyland, Walt's dream, became a bit of a nightmare, however, while Lincoln's implicit appeal resonated in a progressive city amid developments like the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Technical issues rendered the show itself a terrible disaster, according to Disney legend and animator Mark Davis in a clip from behind the attraction. Scholar and author Bill Cotter recalled on the program that the Lincoln figure had a robotic fit during the show's debut, in which he smashed his chair into kindling. The team fine-tuned the figure over the days ahead. Following the success, Walt and Roy trained their attention on Disney's next big venture, the Florida Project, which would eventually open as Walt Disney World in October of 1971. Walt, however, wouldn't live to see the opening of the Florida destination as he died in 1966. Roy still took his brother's idea for the presidential showcase and expanded it to include all presidents up to that point, reviving the Liberty Street concept, this time as Liberty Square, and incorporating advancements in audio and animatronics technology to broaden the scope of great moments with Mr. Lincoln for its installment in the Magic Kingdom. And I'm checking to see that this is actually the right building, because we know some people post the wrong buildings, but that is the Hall of Presidents building right there. And then this, of course, goes on to the whole history of recreating presidential figures. According to historian Doris Kearns Goodwood, in an interview for Behind the Attraction, Disney wanted to present to the people a sense of the presidents as human beings who had their own fears, worries, strengths, and weaknesses. Anyway, going on this, let's see what it does. I'm trying to see. Looking ahead, all right? This is what we really want to get to in this article. Retired Imagineer Jim Scholl caused a minor stir following the 2024 elections when he shared on X that he felt Disney was at a crossroads when it came to deciding the fate of the Hall of Presidents, which up to that point hadn't necessarily been a topic of wide speculation. And by the way, as he did this, he, a former Disney Imagineer, when he shared his sentiment, he shared it with a picture of the wrong building. He shared it not with the building of the Hall of Presidents, but he unfortunately shared it with a picture of the American Pavilion in Epcot. They said the Walt Disney Company has a decision to make after the election to keep or close the Hall of Presidents. Scholl wrote on the platform alongside a photo that instead of the Hall, here it is, instead of the Hall of Presidents, show building depicted architecture from Epcot's American Adventure area. There's no good outcome, whatever decision the hashtag Magic Kingdom. That's not true. There's always a good outcome. That's kind of ridiculous. Scholl's point is, and this is funny because here's where you really, really get the left-wing narrative from the author of this, because it's an Entertainment Weekly, so it makes sense. Despite using incorrect imagery, Scholl's point isn't entirely ludicrous. Given the increasingly hostile, bitterly divided nature of American politics, the Hall of Presidents show has become an inevitable mini zone of contention where park guests often take the opportunity to cheer for their political figures of choice. I have never seen this happen all the different times I've been in the Hall of Presidents. So while it may happen on incredibly rare occasions, that is not the norm by any means. The norm is people go in there and fall asleep. To be honest with you, a lot of people take naps in there, but there really is not. I have never, in all the times that I've been in there under Biden, under Trump, under Obama, it's just quiet, honestly. So with Trump's audio animatronic figure often eliciting loud cheers from the inside of the building. I've never seen that. It's just kind of funny. Entertainment Weekly has experienced this phenomenon firsthand, while others responded to Scholl's posts with stories of their own, which means that they've cherry picked. That's basically all that means, is that they've done some cherry picking. If we're being honest, that's what's happened there. So again, let's go back to the comments over here and see what you guys have to say about this, because I'm interested in in your comments about this particular story. Yes. So Go and Shogi said what my sentiment is too. Disney can't touch the Hall of Presidents. They're already facing enough backlash. Let me tell you what I believe will happen in the Hall of Presidents very, very simply. The Biden animatronic will go to the back where Trump is. And Trump will go to where the Biden figure is up front, and they will probably use the Trump audio that they had from before. I'm sure they've archived it and can easily pull that out of the archives, because Trump's audio was a little bit different than Biden's. Biden, the only thing he has is the oath of office. He didn't actually record anything new for the Hall of Presidents. So they just go into him reading the oath of office, which is public, available to the public. And so, Donald Trump is there. He is. So Donald Trump, baby, he is in the back and on the left. So all of, let's see, there's been a total of 45 presidents, I believe. So even though he's number 45, no. So when he was number 5, yes. So with Biden, there's been a total of 45 total presidents. And even though Trump is 47, it's because him and another president served non-consecutive terms. Well, he hasn't served his term yet, but he's gotten elected for a non-consecutive term. But he's there. He's in the back, upper. Like if I was looking at the stage this way, and wait. So they could replace it with the Hall of Earnings called that we could watch a robot Bob Iger fumble his way through questions in person. That is funny. That is really, really funny. Yes, Rhonda H says it's the Hall of Presidents American venture, hands off. And I believe that will be the case because honestly, doing anything different to it would cause too much controversy. You know, they redid the show when they first brought President Trump in. There was a big redo of the whole show, and I think the show is very, very similar now. So my guess is it will probably just revert, I think, to the exact same show that it was during President Trump's first term. That is literally the easiest thing for Disney to do, and why. Like it's one of those things. How do you get to, what's the fastest way to get to the next point is a straight line. So why do anything other than the straight line? It wouldn't make any sense. So funny how history doesn't change, but they still try to get us to forget everything they taught us. And then Moments with Mr. Lincoln is closed more than it's open. It's never up when I'm there. I don't think I've ever seen it myself, but the last time I was at Disneyland was 2012. What's up, Izzo's Place? Howdy. Good to see you. And Izzo's Place is in the house. And again, Go and Shogi has gifted 5 memberships. So for that, I'm going to play the celebration. Again, we're going to stick with the new celebration until the end of the show today. Then we'll play the long celebration. But right now, we're heading between stories. So again, my final thought, very, very quickly, my final thought on the Hall of Presidents is it just reverts to the 2017 to 2020 show. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and you got it done. Boom. Easy. And I don't think if they do that and it's quiet, it won't create any controversy and it'll be perfectly fine. But for right now, we want to celebrate these 5 gifted memberships by Go and Shogi. And to do that, we're going to play our brand new dance celebration. You guys ready to dance? Let's hit it. Party time. Excellent. And now we are going to come to the current story, the last story of the day. And we're going to go to my own personal experience in X. And I know that, hey, what is up? Just Nita is here. Just Nita is in the chat. Good morning, Nita. Hopefully everything is well with you. All right. Last story of the day. The parks. And I know Lorena was watching and driving. The only reason I had invited her on because I wanted to find out how the park was last night, her experience. She was there. She was at the Magic Kingdom. I have friends that are in town. They're at the park today. They were at Magic Kingdom yesterday. And I was watching a live stream and this is what bothered me. I was watching a live stream, and it was from Epcot the other day, and it was on the weekend. Okay. A lot of the live streamers I've noticed do a lot more There's a lot more live streaming from the parks on the weekends. Now, I have a Pixie Pass. And the reason I have a Pixie Pass is I know that the parks are busier on the weekend. Why wouldn't they be busy on the weekend? That's when a lot of local Floridians come down, people from South Carolina, Georgia, I want to say Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas. People drive down. They'll come down here and do weekend trips to Disney. They'll come down on, so if they can get off early on a Thursday, they'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. Sometimes it's just Saturday, Sunday, but there's a lot of people that do weekend trips to Disney, to Walt Disney World. And the fact of the matter is, it's just always busier on the weekend, period. They say that Monday is the busiest day at the Magic Kingdom. That's often true. It's not always true. It's definitely going to be true on, I believe it's the Monday of Thanksgiving week that at the Lightning Lane, the premier Lightning Lane, the super expensive one, sold out at $379 per person per day. But that makes sense because it's Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving week is going to be busy. It is not, when we talk about this year that park attendance has gone down, we are not talking about an isolated day. My wife says she loves it. She loves it when it's busy, and she loves the people, and that's fine. A lot of people don't like it when it's busy, not because it's because of the people, but because of the ride wait times. But for me, and I think for my wife too, I don't think we go as much for the rides as we do for the atmosphere. I go to Disney when I go to Disney. It's because I enjoy the not the ride stuff. I do enjoy the shows, enjoy the food, enjoy those kind of things. But I don't go necessarily for the rides. However, SeaWorld has amazing rides. They've got, what do they have, 7 or 8 roller coasters now at SeaWorld, and they have amazing shows with the live animals and acrobats. And right now they have a Christmas show going on, so you can see a live nativity show, which is really, really cool. Go and Shogi says, the same people who sold out the Premier Pass will turn around and complain about prices. That's why they keep scalping us. Yeah, I know. Well, it's funny. I don't know that those people are the ones that are complaining about prices because they have to have already spent so much to get there. I mean, those are the people that are staying in the deluxe resorts only. So you have to have already paid over $1,000 a night typically for your room. Then you've got the $150+ a day for your ticket. Then you've got the dining plan, and on top of all of that, you're adding. I mean, the thing about the very, very rich in this country is the economy doesn't affect them as much as it affects the middle and lower classes. So it's not as big of a deal for them to spend the money. They're going to spend the money on the vacation because they have it. And they make 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 or up a year. They're fine. They're good. They spend whatever they want. Who cares? But it's basically, it's not that. It's that Disney has kind of become less inclusive, very less inclusive to the middle class and certainly to the lower class, people who try to save up their entire lives and to go there. It's become like out of touch, out of reach for those people. Yeah, I mean, this is what older I get, the more I'm into the ambiance. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And I love the slow rides at Disney. I like Little Mermaid and Finding Nemo, Living with the Land. I love the slow rides. They're really, really awesome. But what I want to share with you is that just because the weekends happen to be busy and people going there and live streaming. Oh, I saw this guy live stream the other day, and he was trying to kind of honestly throw shade. Is that the best way to put this? I'm trying to be nice about it on some of those channels like us that happen to be more critical of Disney and not critical, but like we want to be accurate. We want to be, if you're out there and you love Disney, you want to come, like I always talk about the Walt's Firewall and the reason why, like we want to make Disney Walt again, right? Yes, you're right. Is the carousel. I love the carousel. I got to take you to Faust Park. I hope the carousel is still there. Jeremy Heath is the carousel still at Faust Park in Chesterfield? I'd love to know. Um, anyway, so this live stream, I don't remember who it was, but they were trying to throw shade on those of us that are critical. Because here's the thing, and I'll be honest, I was like them like 5 years ago when I first saw, I think, Clownfish TV. They were making some critiques, and I was like, oh no. It's that Pixie does it. It's that thing inside you that wants to believe everything at Disney is just perfectly fine. Everything's great. Every decision they make. Oh, they destroyed half of Hollywood studios. Well, that's okay because what's there now is better. Except that's not true at all. I was a Pixie Duster. Pixie Dust is a very, very strong drug, as Lorena always likes to say. And yes, this is a family chant. That Pixie Dust is a hell of a drug. Native Hawaiian. There you go. That's it, man. And it wore off for me because I was working for the company partially, and I saw from the inside what was going on, and I was like, what to the what? I mean, honestly, the biggest, I think where it really turned for me was the moment that they changed the Disney look, because I'm sitting there in a meeting before work, and the management team that's presenting this says, we've got good news for you. Well, that good news was that they were downgrading the Disney look so that if you were a guy, you could grow your hair out and you could now show all your tattoos. And you could, if you're a guy, you could dress in girls' clothes. If you're a girl, you can dress in guys' clothes. All of those types of things. Walt's Army is not cringy. Walt's Army is like Walt's firewall. You know, if you're in the army, you're behind Walt's firewall and you're helping out. That's what I look at. The Faust Park Carousel. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much for that. But Disney Crush friends, I gotta say, hey dudes, what's up? Anyway, the point being is, so that was the moment that it really changed for me, and that was the moment I really started investigating everything that was going on, Chapek, Iger, all of the stuff. It was just that moment. I'm like, I knew immediately what that would do to the overall quality of the experience of coming to Walt Disney World, and of course, those changes were implemented instantly, but have slowly been happening over time. And now you see it when you walk in the parks. And now you even have families that have to explain things to kids that they should never have to explain things to kids walking into a Walt Disney World park. But my point is that with that, and because of that, and a lot of that, honestly, park attendance has gone down overall, not on one particular day or this, but sometimes it's busier. Sometimes it's and sometimes it can still feel busy when you walk in there. If you don't like waiting 15 minutes for a ride and you go over to Jungle Cruise and there's still a 15-minute wait, you're like, oh, well, there's a 15-minute wait on Jungle Cruise. It's busy. Well, guess what the normal wait time is on Jungle Cruise? It's an hour. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So with that in mind, we're going to take a look at this from LMG Vids on X. By the way, what time is it? Okay, we got plenty of time. Good. All right, so this is out. This is on X, and this is LMG Vids, and they pause it here. See if I can bring that up for you. This was posted on. Oops, when was this posted? I think this was yesterday. No, November the 17th. So this was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. This was actually even on a weekend. They were there. Okay. And look what they posted. It's very, very interesting. Okay. LMG videos at the Magic Kingdom today. And I got to ask, where are the lines? LOL. Peter Pan's flight posted 40-minute wait. We waited 10 minutes. Did all of Tomorrowland in less than an hour. Am I missing something? And look at the picture they posted. This is the picture that I used on my thumbnail. This is Main Street. I'm going to blow it up all the way. This is Main Street. Now, do you see people? Yeah, of course you see people. Are there people there? Yes, there's people there. What's up, Equus Heart? Yeah, so this is Main Street, probably a little bit in the afternoon, maybe, because it's just looking at the shade where the sun is coming from. And me being there enough that I know, when I see this, what I see is there's this tremendous empty space. If you know Main Street and you know Magic Kingdom, you know that and it's actually busy. There's no empty space on Main Street at any time of the day, unless you see people waiting on the sides for the parade. And obviously, there's no parade going on. There's nobody on the sides right now. Nobody's sitting down. Those crowds aren't there. It is, basically it's empty. When we say empty for Disney, we don't mean like there's nobody there. We mean that the crowds are really low. Okay, so we use the term empty, but what it really means is that the crowds this is the reality. Okay, this is why I don't like the Pixie Dusters saying, "Oh, it's just so busy. It's as busy as it ever was." It's a lie, guys. It's a lie. It's actually a good thing. I like that it's a little bit hey, if there's a 40-minute ride wait time posted and I can get on a ride in 10 minutes, I'm happy. I consider it a good thing. Let's get these crowds down, but it's not really great necessarily for the bottom line of the company. Maybe what's happening is it's just going back to kind of normal flow from, I want to say, the mid 2010s or maybe even before that. But we're in the holiday season right now. As you can tell, you can see all the Christmas wreaths up. The Magic Kingdom is decked out for Christmas. Big Christmas tree there. Beautiful. They have the Christmas party going on. And Jeremy Heath says, cup half full or cup half empty. I look at, as a guest, this is a huge positive. Let's be honest. But the problem is, of course, you can't exactly know because it used to be very predictable. In the 2010s, the crowd levels were really, really predictable. They're not so much now because it's just hard to know. Obviously, 2022 and especially like the first half of 2023, parks were really, really busy from that pent-up travel demand, right? That was there. From, from all the shutdowns, things opening back up. Let's look at some of these replies. Here's an interesting one where Morgan Fig, I don't know who that is, but says the new disability system has made the lightning lanes roughly 70% less people, meaning more focus on the standby. Totally a lie. 100% an absolute lie. And I need to point that out because I personally know there's reasons I know that. I know people in the park. I know people that work there. I know the cast members. I know attractions people. Okay. I know I have a friend who works in attractions at the busiest part of the Magic Kingdom. It's a huge, big, fat lie. Travel ban was my busy season. That's a huge lie. As a matter of fact, I called him out and I said, I don't know why this lie keeps getting perpetuated. DAS was at no time greater than 10% of the people in the Fast Pass or Lightning Lane. The only differences that has made is the majority of people denied based on their very real need for this service are going to Universal now. And I was going to put that. That's not really what I meant to write. I meant they're going elsewhere. It's not just Universal. It's plenty of other parks. Jennifer with Vincent Magical Vacations. So obviously she has a very biased view. My extensive Disney knowledge combined with the dedication to simplifying and enhancing each client's experience. Oh, that's more of an advertisement. Sorry. Didn't realize that. Disney cracked down on disability lightning lanes. That's not. Lines are more true than they've been in years. That's not true either. It's just the fact of the matter is DAS never took up more than 10% of a lightning lane ever. Was 90. In other words, 90% of the people in the lightning lanes in the Genie Plus paid for those, or in Fast Pass just use Fast Pass at any given time. It was always a lie that too many people were signing up for DAS. It's not true. And as a matter of fact, what's happened is it's unfortunate. The people that are getting denied now, it's bad. So flip live, live free. Everyone is at Universal. There you go. See, that's more accurate. Everyone's at Universal. Enjoy those wait times. The boat, 8:30 a.m. No, that was not at 8:30 a.m. The sky is to die for. Yes, the sky was very, very blue. It was beautiful on Sunday. It's actually been beautiful weather since then, too. Semi-packed yesterday. The ferries were fully loaded, 600 people for a solid 3 hours. And that was on Saturday. So, yes, Saturday was actually pretty busy. But that's what's weird is that you have where the parks now, one day will get busy and one day they'll not be busy. Not like they normally are during the holiday season, in which they're busy every single day. And so that's the very, very odd thing. Native Hawaiian Hail. Go and Chogi says it's only a matter of time before there's a Premier Pass exclusive merch. It's not about skipping the lines, about advertising that you're better than the person next to you. The funny thing is, with the Premier Pass, you're not better than the person next to you because you paid 10 times more for that lightning lane than the person who's in the lightning lane with you next to you. Because you can do the lightning lanes without doing the Premier Pass, and you could still get to every single ride using them and literally pay 1/10 the cost of that Premier price. Go and Shogi, there will be a Premier Pass for the headline as well. Yeah. The Premier Pass would make sense to me. And I said this before. I actually like the idea of the Premier Pass if they would eliminate the multi-pass, right? So in other words, I feel like Lightning Lane should only be the Premier Pass. And then they wouldn't need to call it Premier Pass. It would just be called Lightning Lane. But what I do believe is that what is currently the Lightning Lane should go back to being a free Fast Pass. So eliminate the Lightning Lane multi-pass and eliminate the I can buy one-time ticket. Well, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be horribly bad if you could buy a one-time ticket for the higher level of attractions. But my point is there should actually be 3 queues. However, the third queue is going to be a little bit more difficult to put in, but I think that the third queue should be, you should have a Lightning Lane, not a Lightning Lane. It'd be Fast Pass. It'd be free. And my idea was always that you would only get 3 of them to use per day. In other words, for every other attraction, you've got to go in the regular queue, but you can pick 3 either day of or potentially ahead of time, where you get Fast Passes and those wait times would then be a little bit shorter. Okay. They would reduce the capacity on those. Not necessarily a ton shorter. Like let's say that it was an hour-long wait for Peter Pan, then your Fast Pass wait might be 30 minutes. And then you would have that high-level Lightning Lane only that would be like the Premier Pass is now. And that's the only pass that people would actually have to pay for, the upgraded rides. But they would have an exclusive line where basically their wait times would be guaranteed to be 5 to 10 minutes or under, as long as the attraction is working. In other words, they literally go right to the front of the line, and they're not kept waiting because of that high level price that they're paying. I don't know exactly how you implement that, but that would be my overall idea. But regardless, the main idea of this particular story is that, in fact, the parks are not as busy as some people want to continue to say that they are, which is just not true. Are the parks still busy on a lot of days? Sure, absolutely. But are they as busy consistently as they were in 2022 and a good portion of 2023? No, they are way down this year. And I have a feeling when Epic Universe opens next year, that's going to change again. I think people need to know the reality. And it can be a really good thing if people know this reality that, hey, maybe the parks aren't so busy and maybe I can take advantage of that. But you got to be careful about that, because one thing I noticed on some of the good to go days, they're called, days that pass holders did not have to make a reservation this year. Those ended up being some of the busiest days because everybody that had a pass that was local swarmed the parks because you just go. So you never really know. Regardless, I hope that Walt's army stays in place. I hope that Walt's firewall stays in place. And I hope that we make Disney Walt again. I don't know how that happens, but it's my hope. That's why I still go to the parks. But next year, probably be doing more Universal, more SeaWorld, other parks, and wherever our family can find fun, because that's who we are. We're Follow the Bradley's Fun. And speaking of Follow the Bradley's Fun, we do have these 5 fun gifted memberships by Go and Shogi. And before we leave you today, we have to celebrate, and we're doing the traditional more long celebration. So if you're ready for it, everybody, let's celebrate.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, this anticipation is making me mental. But if they say yes, you can do the show. I think I would go so crazy.
T, I didn't see you were in the chat earlier, but since I've seen you there, I have a question for you. Hopefully you can put this in. What is all of this turquoise stuff? Vinny T, I have a question for you in particular. I know Disney Crush fan might have been here earlier for it, but have you seen the new celebration that I put out? Let me know in the chat, either yes or no. Vinny T, have you seen the new celebration? If you haven't seen it, I'll play it for you. Or you can just put no, play the new celebration in the chat. Vinny T, if you're out there and you're listening. I know it's going to take a minute because this is all delayed. Disney Crush fan, what's up, dude? Oh, I like saying this. Oh, no, not yet. Please play. Okay. Here we go. Vinny T, ready? Here we go. This is the new one. Sorry, I don't have the crab people. Crab people makes me laugh every time that one's played on WDW Pro, though. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I had fun with this show. And again, thank you so much, Go and Shogi, for the gifted memberships. We love those. And because you guys definitely are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out. So I definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to make a whole bunch of these new ones. The Jawas, the hip hop Jawas. Yeah, there's going to be a longer version of that celebration too. I haven't made the longer version of it. So, oh, y'all are the best. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, OCDD 93. And this is going to be a busy day for me. So, check out Culture, That Park Plays, WDW Pro. Everybody that was here today, when we go over to Culture, obviously say hi for the raid. But also, please, if you come over and you're watching me at the WDW Pro show today, please say hi to me in the chat over there. And feel free to encourage others from that show watching there to come over here and watch me over here on my own channel, where hopefully the graphics and everything get better over time. Watch the replay and see my pirate skit. No, forget the replay. Watch this. Oh, I do watch the replay, but I'm just going to put before we go, check this out, guys. Let's have fun real quick. Here we go. Stalker. There you go, Tom. Tom F. the Pirate. Arg. So yes, indeed. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the gifted memberships, Go and Shogi. Thank you guys for everything that you do. I appreciate you so much. Nita and Tom and OCDD and Benny and everybody who's Disney Crush fans and Theme Parks Assemble and everybody that's here. Love you guys so. Oh, no sound. No, there was no sound on that. Oh, let me wait. Let's do it one more time. This time with the sound on. Sorry about that. Here we go. Figured it out. Let's do it. Ready? Here you go. Sound on.
Arg, the fallen gladly's fun. I heard you're in the parks for Halloween, and I think you're going to head to the pirate caverns. You better look for me, Ron.
There you go.
Arg.
Sound should have been on for that one. I forgot to unmute that before. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. And there. Oh, guys, thank you so much, guys. I love you all. I will see you real soon. See you over on Pro. Share this out. Share this on your social medias. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm. You get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. And please do leave a comment before you head out the door. If you're watching this on the replay gang, any comment will do. Take care, fam. Love you back, buddy. Appreciate you so much. And Vinny T, I'll be in the parks. Blocked out for Thanksgiving week, I'm sure, but maybe this week I will get over there and see you guys real soon. Thank you so much. I gotta find it. Ciao, everybody. Bye. We'll see ya.